right? Let's see a couple of you. If you want to show your face, say hi, hello. Let's check out everything is working good. All right, usually we'll connect by Fridays, these sessions. And this time for a change, we brought it for Wednesday to make Wednesday more interesting. Today, it's going to be an interesting topic. We're going to talk about scaled agile. There is a big question on the scaled agile. Do I need to learn this? Will it help me? Is it another system in the market? So a lot of questions are there. Of course, we are evolving over project management. If you watch out 35, 40 years back, we are talking about more about Kanban, Kaizen principle from manufacturing industry. And again, we started talking about Scrum methodology, then large scale Scrum. Now we are talking about scaled agile. So one other keep coming up. It's up to us which age we live, what is our lifestyle, and what kind of industry we live. So it's always good to hear new concepts because one or other point, it's going to help somewhere. It doesn't mean you have to just take it and use it. No, you would have matured in your life where you would manage 3 years of life in management or 5 years or 10 years. So now there is a stage where you start doing hybrid model. What is hybrid model, Shriram? The thing is, you may not do Control C, Control V anywhere going forward. It'll be like you take some interesting fact from there, something interesting from here, you mix it, and you give something to the market. That's what it's expected now. Let's see something more about here. Now, why this topic today? And again, this is being given on YouTube, in LinkedIn, and many places. It's going to be recorded. You can listen multiple times. So first, I want to thank many people around here who are listening from YouTube and Zoom and LinkedIn. Thanks a lot for everyone watching this. I'll give a little background and then I will pass to Aishwarya. We have Aishwarya also here who is going to talk about scaled agile. Before that, Agile is there from 1955. We are talking from a long time about iterative and incremental model. In 70s, it picked up really well. 90s is a very boom time for this concept called Agile, specifically towards IT industry, because IT industry was so volatile in requirements and needs. Shriram, I know all this history, man. So what's the deal here? The deal is in the year 2005 to 15 was a crucial time. What happened is all big organizations turned towards IT to run their organization. If you call any retail stores, you call about technology stores, cars, or you talk about rocket launching, anything and everything which is a mass in size started turning towards more of information technology, part of their system. So what is this, Shriram? Okay, let them turn. What is my problem there? It's not a problem. Now, what happened is you may be a manager in a company who connected with this big organization or a subsidiary organization. So still what? Still what's the problem? Why should I learn it? Now, the question is, they're asking, are you aware of such a big organization running a show? In this, will you be able to contribute something? Will you be able to suggest something? Okay, Shriram, I am an MBA certified. I am a PMP certified. I am a Scrum certified. I am a ACP certified. Yes, everything works well. Nothing wrong here. Now, what is the thing? Big thing. A big thing here is there is something called scaled agile, which is here from 2011, 2011. From there, we are talking about a framework, a model, which puts things together, assemble it in a right way. And it says that if you utilize this way, your delivery model can be efficient. Okay, so you mean I should not learn other things? No, you should learn that as well. If you ask me, I have PMP with me, Scrum with me, ACP with me, and I'm doing scaled agile also. The reason is when I'm going to senior management, when I sit and talk with the director of a company, CEO of a company, they are not worried which methodology you're going to bring. They are asking you, will you give value to me? Will you be able to deliver something? My customer will be happy. Now, the question is, if big organizations are moving from 2005 to 15, what is happening here is it's a large scale of activities. When you say large scale of activities, they need a very efficient way of handling things. So we are talking this scaled agile in ShriLearning for the last 3 to 4 years at least. Now, what we thought today here is, why don't we take this a framework and give a highlight of what are the key things there? So to do that, I have a very effective person who's going to talk about it. Some of you in this room who are part of our scaled agile trainings, which is happening every month, which happens 2 days on our weekends and every month. So Aishwarya is our scaled agile specialist here, and she is an SPC. Scaled Agile program consultant, and she's well trained and she coaches thousands of people. She is coaching for corporates and individuals to train them to learn how to be very effective on a Scaled Agile program. So what she is going to do today here, she has stepped up today telling that, okay, Shriram, let me talk for a few minutes. What is this framework all about at a high level, which can help them to understand better and some area a little deeper, because many people would be here a Scrum Master, a project manager, going to be a Scrum Master. Let them listen this. It can give a spark for them where they have to step in on the next career growth. That's a point they came here. Before I jump furthermore, kindly confirm audio, video, and things are good for you. Just say yes, good. Okay, and people in the YouTube,
thumbs up.
Comfortable? Okay, Aishwarya says yes. All right. Okay, Geeta says yes. A lot of thumbs up coming up there. So what we'll do is we'll make Aishwarya into spotlight. Aishwarya, spotlight is on you.
Yeah.
All right. Always when you put a spotlight, that's a special thing, right?
No, it's like a pressure. It's extra pressure, sir.
All right. So give a little background about Aishwarya. What do you do and what makes you interested to be in Agile?
Okay, I'm Aishwarya Radhakrishnan. I started my career as a developer. I became a technical lead. Then I became an architect. When I was playing these technical roles, I also played the Scrum Master role. Then I felt like I should do one thing at a time and do justice to that. So I became an Agile coach. After that, I became a safe program consultant. I'm helping multiple clients from across the organization to implement SAFe in their organization. And I do deliver trainings also, SAFe, Scaled Agile Framework trainings and certifications. Yes, I'm always being Agile in my life. So I thought, like, why can't I teach that Agile to everyone? Wow. That's a reason.
Yeah. Wow, that's good. Eh? So from long time, you realized you're an Agile person.
Yeah.
That's interesting to know, and really good that somebody's stepping up and telling that, let me coach, because coaching is an art where reading is different and how you convey to people and they take it, it's really different show. And I'm happy that Aishwarya is doing a good job for a long time, and she's covering most of US, I mean, mostly of North America part and then Europe. She covers most on that areas, conducting a lot of programs. And she also part of Agile release train establishing in companies or organizations, because in SAFe, we talk about art, which is something forming a value stream and doing that. So that's a core of doing something. So why I have to bring all these topics here is you should know that whom you are listening to, because she has a good depth knowledge in this area. What we'll do is we call us SMEs, right? Subject matter experts. So we have an SME in front of us. Keep up all your questions ready. Okay. Fire all the questions. Okay. So meantime, what we'll do is let's give some space for her. She's going to talk about the framework from the website, Scaled Agile Framework. Once she bring up this content, she'll explain some concepts there, and then we'll get to the next stages of learning. So keep up asking questions. That'll be a good show. So Aishwarya, to you, and let's enjoy this program.
Yes, thank you very much. So Steve, what I'm going to discuss today is I'm going to talk about Scaled Agile Framework picture, but I cannot cover everything in just 1 hour. So what I'm going to concentrate is, let me annotate and show you, okay? I'm going to concentrate this area. Okay, I'm going to concentrate little bit. I cannot cover everything today itself in just 1 hour. I'll try to cover so that you get an understanding of what is Scaled Agile Framework essential configuration. Okay, so let me start now. So I'm going to cover only that area. Essential configuration, right? This configuration is like a foundation. If you want to start implementing SAFe in your organization, you can start with the essential configuration. And what is part of the essential configuration? That's what I'm going to discuss now. But I'll tell you one more fact. Most of the concepts you will be aware of. So I'll ask lots and lots of questions to you all. You should be ready to go and search in Google. Come back to me with the answer in few seconds, right? Let's do that now. So for any organization which is implementing SAFe, the basic building block is Agile team. Let me annotate, right? Agile team is like a basic building block or like a foundation for any organization which is implementing SAFe. And this Agile team has 3 important roles in it. One is Scrum Master, next is Product Owner, and the third is Development Team Members. You're all aware of the Scrum Master, right? Tell me, what is the responsibility of the Scrum Master towards the Agile team? Ping me in the chat window. Let me have a look onto it. What are the roles of a Scrum Master towards the Agile team? I'm just seeing the chat window also. So let's see who is going to answer. What are the, yeah? Yes, Geeta says that the Scrum Master's responsibility is to facilitate the team level events, of course. Ensure adherence of Agile process and mindset. Great, Santosh. Appreciated. Prasanna says train the team, help the team to remove the impediments, right? Wow, you all know that already. Mentoring, guiding, coaching, helping team members, of course, right? Scrum Master is a facilitator, servant leader, the leader who is going to serve the coach for the Agile team, right? The coach to coach the Agile methodologies, principles, practices, technical practices to coach them, guide the development team members. And Scrum Master, right? He or she is also responsible for helping the team to remove the impediments. And we have one more role called as product owner. Tell me, what are the responsibilities of a product owner towards the Agile team? Let me see the chat window. What are the responsibilities of a product owner towards the Agile team? Come on, you know the answer. Yes, maximize the value being delivered by the team, right? Very good. Yes, okay. Ganesh says that Scrum Master is the one who is going to write the user stories, create the user stories, right? Define it properly and prioritize them properly, right? Very good. Of course, yes, appreciated. And we know that the third role in the Agile team is development team members who are responsible for building the quality from the day one and delivering that to the customers as fast as possible than the competitors, right? So we all now know what is an Agile team. Agile team is the basic building block, which has three important roles in it: Scrum Master, product owner, and the development team members. And each and every Agile team in the Scaled Agile framework, they have a backlog called as team backlog, right? And the team backlog will have the work that has to be done by the team. So the work is nothing but the work item is called as user stories, right? So team backlog will have the user stories, right? So, but single Agile team may not be sufficient for us to build a larger and complex product, right? If the product is very bigger in size, larger in size, complex, right? Then we need multiple Agile teams, right? So single Agile team may not be sufficient. That's why in Scaled Agile framework, if we have multiple teams working on a product development or a solution development or a system development that is very bigger in size, we launch the Agile release train. If you want, take a notes, okay? If we are really building a larger and complex product, we may not it may not be sufficient to have just one Agile team. So we launch the Agile release train. Immediately people will ask me, what are the roles present in that Agile release train, right? I'm going to discuss about them in few minutes, okay? So if we have around 50 to 125 people, if we have around 50 to 125 people working on a product development, solution development, or a system development, right? We can go and launch the Agile release train. Why? To enable the coordination, collaboration, synchronization, alignment, to manage the dependencies properly, to manage the risk properly, etc. That's why we go and launch the Agile release train, right? So if it is 50 to 125 people, approximately 5 to 12 Agile teams can be part of single Agile release train. So when I talk about the numbers, right, immediately someone will ask me, some clever people usually ask me this question: Aishwarya, if you're talking about the numbers about the Agile release train, why can't you talk about the Agile team? Yes, I'm going to mention that now. Agile team may consist of 5 to 11 team members, which includes the Scrum Master, product owner, and the development team members, right? So if we exclude the Scrum, of course, Scrum Master and product owner is mandatory, but just for the numbers, if we exclude the Scrum Master and product owner, we'll have around 3 to 9 development team members, okay? So Agile release train, if it has around 50 to 125 people, approximately we may have around 5 to 12 teams, correct? So what is this Agile release train, right? It's like a buzzword, right? Let me talk about it. Agile release train, in simple terms, it's a team of multiple agile teams. It's a group of multiple agile teams. Very simple, nothing more than that. Okay. So these team of multiple agile teams work towards achieving a common goal to deliver the value to the customer continuously, to make the customers happy, right? To deliver the value faster than the competitors, etc. Right. So when I talk about this agile release train, I have to talk about few more roles who are going to lead this agile release train, right? That's what I'm going to do now. We already know what is agile team and what is the backlog the agile team is going to use. If we have more than one agile team, or if we are really building a larger and complex product or a solution, we go and launch the agile release train. We know the number of people or number of the teams in that, right? Now we are going to talk about the roles that is present within the agile release train. Okay. So these are the roles. If you want, you can take a notes, okay? So from now on, when I say ART, that means Agile Release Train, because the abbreviation for Agile Release Train, the team of multiple teams, is ART. Take a notes. That will really help you. Trust me. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about the roles. Let me try to do the annotation. Similar to the Scrum Master is a facilitator, the leader, the coach, guide, etc. Right? Same way, we have one more role called as Release Train Engineer. Release Train Engineer. Right? Release Train Engineer is the servant leader for the Agile Release Train, the coach for the Agile Release Train, the person who is going to help the agile release train to remove the impediments, facilitator, guide, coach, servant leader, etc. And this release train engineer is also being called as Chief Scrum Master for the Agile Release Train. If you want, take a notes. Chief Scrum Master for the Agile Release Train. So similar to Scrum Master role at the team level, we have the release train engineer at the ART level. The abbreviation for our release train engineer is RTE. From now on, when I say RTE, that means I'm talking about the Chief Scrum Master for the Agile Release Train, right? And similar to the product owner role at the team level, we have a product management team at the ART level, right? Similar to the product owner role, we have the product management team at the ART level. The product management, it's a team, it's a function. It may have multiple product managers who is going to guide this agile release train to deliver the value. Okay, what kind of guidance the product managers will give? Product managers will create the vision or define the vision at the ART level. They'll create the roadmap to develop the product. They are also responsible for this backlog, program backlog. Okay, program backlog is a common backlog for the agile release train. Right? Do you remember I said that team backlog is a backlog for the agile team? Same way, we have the program backlog for the agile release train. And this program backlog is owned by the product management team, right? And this program backlog will have the features in it. What are features? These are bigger chunk of desired functionality on the product that we are working upon, right? A bigger user story or a bigger chunk of desired functionality. When we decompose the features, when we break down the features, we get multiple user stories. Okay, let me repeat it. Similar to the product owner role at the team level, we have the product management at the ART level. Product management is responsible for the program backlog. And the program backlog will have the features in it. What are features? Bigger chunk of desired functionality. On decomposing the features, we get multiple user stories, right? User stories are the small piece of desired functionality. We all know about it, right? So I talked a little bit about this RT role. I talked a little bit about this product management role. Let me talk about the system architect role, okay? System architects on the engineering team is a group of highly technical people who will provide the technical guidance and the architectural guidance to this agile release train, who will provide the technical guidance and architectural guidance to this agile release train, right? So if any teams stuck with respect to the architectural thing, they can take the support guidance from the system architects and the engineering team, right? So there is one more group of people who are called as business owners, okay? Now tell me, who are business owners? According to you, you might have come across many business owners, right? What do they do usually? Who are business owners and what do they do? Let me watch the chat window. Eagerly waiting for your answers. Let's see. Who are business owners? What do they do? Yeah, they could be a sponsor. Of course, business owner could be a sponsor for that product development. Product line manager. Product line managers may become a business owner for some product development. Of course, customers could become a business owners. I'll not deny that. Sponsors, investors, or a representative from a business side could be a business owners, right? And these business owners has all the authority to say yes or no for any initiatives. So whichever role you are playing, you could be a product owner or a scrum master or a development team member, or you could be RTE or a product management team, no problem. Make sure that your business owners are engaged throughout the product development. They are the right people to take us in a right direction, right? So engage the business owners continuously. Take the feedback, input, opinion, and try to improve the product or the solution further. That's how we can be successful in whatever we are doing, right? So the rule number 1 is engage the business owners continuously from the day 1. It's must, okay? Good. Fine. I'm very happy that you're all answering me. I'm very happy and good. Let's see how it goes further. So I talked a little bit about the Agile team. I talked about the team backlog and I talked about Agile release train, the roles on the Agile team and the Agile release train, right? Let's talk about the cadence. Someone tell me what is cadence, okay? Let me type it so that you can understand. Cadence. What is cadence? What is cadence? Give a try, okay? You may be right. What is cadence? Let me see the chat window. Timeline, iterations. Iterations are an example of cadence. Rhythm, thank you, good. It's like a rhythm, right? Good, let's see if any other answers. What is cadence? Do you follow a cadence in your organization, within your teams, within your ART? Give a try. What is cadence? Magnifier, sequence, frequency. Yes, frequency, sequence, rhythm. Any event that happens at the regular intervals of time can be called as cadence. We can say that that event is happening in a cadence. Okay, so I'll give you a few examples. There are multiple events or ceremonies in Scaled Agile framework, but I'm going to talk about 2 important events in the Scaled Agile framework, which is very new to you. Okay, that will really help you to learn more. So let's talk about the iteration. Iteration is nothing but the sprint. In the industry, we call the iteration as a sprint. In Scaled Agile, we call it as iteration. Okay, tell me what can be the maximum duration for any iteration? Give a try. What can be the maximum duration for any iteration? 4 weeks is the maximum duration, right? Very good, Geeta. Appreciated. Let me see the chat window. Yes, Shruti, you are also right. Perfect. Maximum duration can be 4 weeks. Correct, 4 weeks. Yes, it can be 3 weeks also, 1 week also, 2 weeks. It depends, right? But ideal duration, as per Scaled Agile, okay? Ideal duration as per Scaled Agile is 2 weeks, okay? And so, yeah, give me a minute. I'm just seeing the chat window. Yeah, that's okay. So Ravi, it is preferred from your end. Yes, there is nothing wrong in it because you might have done some research. You might have understood your customers. You might have understood your team, the culture, etc. And you might have decided 3 weeks. That's completely fine. Scaled Agile says it's a 2 weeks. Okay, maximum is 4 weeks. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about next cadence. Okay, or next event that happens in a cadence. Program increment. This is available in Scaled Agile framework only. We have not heard about it in Scrum framework and all. Okay, what is program increment? It's also a time-boxed event like an iteration. Iteration is nothing but a sprint, right? So program increment is also a time-boxed event. That happens in a cadence. That happens at the regular intervals of time, right? Immediately you will be asking me, Aishwarya, what is the duration for program increment then? That's what I'm going to tell you. 8 to 12 weeks, right? 8 to 12 weeks is the duration for any program increment. 8 weeks or 10 weeks or 12 weeks, anything is fine, right? Very good, Priya. Yes, you're right. Perfect. But 10 weeks is ideal. Okay, 10 weeks is ideal. Let me type it. So program increment, 10 weeks is ideal. So now it's a question for you all. Scenario based, a very simple mathematical question. Okay, let's see who is going to answer. If the iteration, let's go with the ideal numbers. Okay, if the iteration is of 2 weeks, if the program increment is of 10 weeks, how many iterations can we have within that program increment? Let me repeat the question once again. Okay, if the iteration is of 2 weeks and if the program increment is of 10 weeks, then how many iterations can we have within one program increment? Let me see the chat window. Good, good. Yeah, 5 iterations, right? So what I'm going to do now, just listening to me, you'll not be able to understand better. So I'm going to show you visually, right? Give me a minute. I'm just going to clear everything. Let me try to do the annotation. Annotation is nothing but I scribble on the board, right? That's what is called as annotation in Zoom. Good. Here it is. So this is the program increment. Program increment is a time-boxed event. The duration for it is 8 to 12 weeks, but the ideal duration is 10 weeks. And any program increment will have multiple iterations within that. Any program increment will have multiple sprints within that. Okay. So let me show them also. First iteration, second iteration, third one, fourth one, and the final one. Okay. The first 4 iterations, according to this picture, the first 4 iterations can be called as development iterations. And the final iteration within a program increment is called as IP iteration. IP iteration. IP is nothing but innovation and planning iteration, the final one, right? Let me show you. This one, the final one is called as IP iteration, innovation and planning iteration. During the first 4 iteration, the teams from the ART are supposed to develop the product, right? And deliver them continuously, right? Deliver them continuously means they do the continuous exploration, integration, deployment, etc. during those 4 iterations. If there is a need, they will do the release also. There is nothing wrong in it. But the final iteration is very, very special in Scaled Agile. Scaled Agile gives more importance towards innovation of the product. Okay, they give you more and more innovation. Importance to innovation. Why? I'll give you a few examples. Based on that, we'll understand why innovation is very important. Okay, what happened to Nokia mobile phones? What happened to Nokia mobile phones? Let me see the chat window. I'll wait for your answers. Once upon a time, Nokia mobile phone was like a giant. We all loved it, right? It was meant for durability, correct? What happened to them now? That's a question. Outdated, kind of outdated. What else? Let me wait for the answers. What happened to Nokia mobile phones? Once upon a time, we preferred it. They didn't adapt to the change, of course. Kind of outdated, right? So they didn't do much innovation after some point of time, right? They didn't have the business agility, right? You're all right, perfect. Answers are correct. Whereas or 1 minute, I'm just seeing a chat window. Yes, not with the market trend. Yes, you're right. Whereas the competitors like Samsung, Apple, they started pouring in multiple devices, versions, the features, right? They were very competitive and they took the market. They took over the market of Nokia, right? So innovation matters a lot. So let's do the innovation when we follow the Scaled Agile framework. Very important. That's why Scaled Agile says, during the final iteration, let's all participate in the innovation activities. All means everyone, right? All the teams, right? We want to allow them to do some innovation. There should be a time and space for them to do the creativity, right? So we do the innovation activities like coding dojo, hackathon, white paper contest, trainings, knowledge transfer session. We can also work on technical debt reduction. We can also work on infrastructure improvements, etc. Not only that, we'll take part in inspect and adapt event. Okay, let me first clear this. I'll show you where this inspect and adapt is. Okay, I&A event. So all the teams from the Agile Release Train will come and participate in the inspect and adapt event. ART stakeholders will participate. All right, so they will give the feedback based on the progress the teams have shown. And we also participate in something called as PI planning. PI planning is nothing but program increment planning, the planning for the upcoming program increment. It's like a heartbeat of the Agile Release Train. If we don't do PI planning, that means we are not doing safe. PI planning is like a marriage, wedding ceremony. In India, we celebrate it nicely, right? Wedding ceremonies. So PI planning is like that only. If you want to learn more, you can be in touch with us. We'll give you some articles from the website. You can go and have a look onto it. Okay. PI planning is like a wedding ceremony only. Multiple people will be there. All the teams, all the stakeholders. We'll have the product owners, product managers, system architects, business owners, RTs, and we'll have maybe like a CEOs, CIOs, executives, right? They'll also come and participate, right? So it's like a wedding ceremony. I love it actually. Before COVID and all, we used to go to the client's location. We used to travel and we participate in the planning for 2 days and we come back. Okay. But now due to COVID, we are doing everything online. And we span it across multiple days also, like 3 days, 4 days, because we want to accommodate the participants from different time zones and different geographical locations. We'll talk about PI planning in some other session. Now we'll just concentrate on few important elements from this essential set. All right. So as I said, the first 4 iterations in a program increment can be called as development iteration. And the final iteration can be called as IP iteration, innovation and planning iteration, right? But the foundation for all these things, is the leadership of the organization, right? We all know that someone who has a higher designation will be called as leaders. We cannot deny that, but that doesn't mean that anyone who is a developer cannot become a leader. Leadership doesn't come by designation. That's what I'm trying to say. Let me repeat it. Leadership doesn't come by designation, right? You don't have to have a fancy designation to be a leader. If you can lead by example, if you can lead the change, right? If you can lead the people, and if you have a growth mindset, and if you follow the principles, you are the leader. Trust me. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to play an interesting video which talks about leadership, but you have one homework, not a homework. You have to watch it and come back to me with one answer. Okay. Watch the video and tell me who is the leader in that video. That's a question. Okay. Once you watch the video, you can come back to me and give me the answer. Who is the leader in that video? So let me play this interesting video. You may love it. Trust me. So let me play. Give me a minute. I'm sharing the sound. I'm going to play this interesting video. I love it. Okay. You may love it. Let me. Yes, here it is. Give me a minute. I'll just first clear this annotations. Okay. So that there won't be any disturbances. Yes. Watch it.
सर आपके लिए उस पार कार का इंतजाम किया है सर आइए सर ये चल चल फलक पकड़ के उठो और हवा पकड़ के चलो फलक पकड़ के उठो और हवा पकड़ के चलो I hate this country. तुम चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले 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 लगा हाथ के सूरज सुबह निकाला करे हथेलियों में भरे धूप और उछाला
वक्त पे पाँव रखो और चलो पकड़ के चलो, फलक पकड़ के उठो और हवा पकड़ के चलो, फलक पकड़ के उठो और हवा पकड़ के चलो, फलक पकड़ के उठो और हवा पकड़ के चलो। तुम चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले, तुम चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले, हिंदुस्तान चले।
Okay, it was an advertisement, but it was very, very suitable for this leadership. So that's why I played. So let me see the chat window. Ah, yes, you're all right. Santosh, yes. Jay, you're right. Ganesh, great. Yes, Priya, you're right. Yeah, yes. Wow, right? I loved that video, right? Sometimes I get tears. Trust me, I get tears when I see that baby doing that initiative, Good. So if someone can lead by example, if someone can lead the change, if they have the growth mindset, if they follow the principles, they are the leaders and you are the leaders for your organization. You don't have to have a fancy designation. Trust me, I've seen many development team members, testers, UI developers, database developers being like a leader and lead everyone, right? So you are the leaders. That's why you're all here. So let me see the chat window. Yeah, it's a motivational video, of course. It motivates me every day. Trust me, whenever I play this video, I get motivated, right? Good. Sometimes we forget many things when we grow up, but when we see this kind of videos, right, we are learning again. Good. Fine. So let me ask next question. When we talked about the leadership is like a foundation for everything, for this essential configuration, right? Next topic I want to talk about is customer centricity. We want everyone in the organization to be customer centric, to follow the customer centricity. Someone tell me, what is customer centricity? What does mean by being customer centric? Give a try. What is customer centricity? I'll wait for the answers. Yes, Vignesh, you're right. Customer is always right. Priya, understanding the customer's need, right? Perfect. What else? Put the customers before, give me a minute. Put the customers before anything. Yes. Put yourself in the shoes of the customer. Customer is the king, right? Understand customers' requirement and deliver the value. Customers' expectations and requirements. Of course, customers see. When I started this webinar, I said that you know everything. I'm just going to bring out those information, right? Being an agile coach, that's what I do regularly. So that's what I'm doing now also. So you guys know everything, right? So customer centricity is nothing but focusing on the customer, understanding the customer's needs, delivering what the customer wants, delivering what is the value for the customer, being in the shoes of the customer and seeing from the world of the customer. Keep the customer at the center of your product strategy. Very important, right? So everyone in the organization should be customer centric. And this product management team, right? And product owners, business owners will be very, very customer centric because product management team, they're always customer facing. Yes, they're always customer facing. This product managers from the product management team, they talk to the business people, customers, end users, they do the market research, user research, product research, etc. And they come up with the backlog items, right? So we talk a little bit about customer centricity. When we follow customer centricity, we should do design thinking. Someone tell me, what is design thinking? I'm asking too many questions, right? But give it a try. You know the answers already. That's why. What is design thinking? What is design thinking? Go to Google. You'll get the answer. Trust me. If you don't know, go to Google. Question is, what is design thinking? What is design thinking? Yes, Venkateshwari, keep searching, right? What is design thinking? Give a try. If you don't know, I'll tell you, don't worry, right? I'll wait for Vignesh answer. Let's see if Venkateshwari is coming with the answer or not. What is design thinking? Ah, Himani, you are right. Perfect, right? Awesome. Thanks a lot. It was so short and crisp, your answer, okay? Design thinking in simple terms, right? Let me see. Yes, correct. Design thinking is nothing but understanding the customer's problem, designing the right solution for the customer's problem, developing and delivering that right solution for the customer's problem. That is called as design thinking. Let me repeat it. It's very, very simple. Understand the customer's problem, design the right solution for the customer's problem, and deliver that right solution for the customer's problem, right? That solution should be desirable, viable, feasible, and sustainable. So now you know what is customer centricity and design thinking, right? Let me see the chat window. You got it finally. Okay, good. Venkateshwari, appreciated. So design thinking is all about understanding, designing, developing and delivering the right solution for the customer's problem. And that solution should be desirable, viable, feasible, and sustainable. When we are talking about customer centricity and design thinking, I had to play this interesting video. Okay, this is also a wonderful video. You're going to love it. So let me play that video for you all. Watch it. You're going to enjoy it. Okay, now the question is a little difficult, okay? When I was talking about customer centricity, I played this video from Google, right? This is about Google company, right? Organization. Now tell me how that video is related to customer centricity. How that video is related to customer centricity. Take your time, think about it and give me the answer. Whomsoever was very eager for the video, now they should be answering. Let's see. Translation, search option, of course. What else? Reading customers' mind and give multiple options to them, not fixed requirements, of course. What else? Predictive search, okay, good. What else? Comfort, okay, yes, of course. What else? Google, right? They have understood the customer very well. Whenever a customer is coming up with a question, Google is giving the answer. We should also build a product that is going to give a solution for the customer's problem, right? Customers should not go to the competitor's product to solve their problem. So we should try to build a whole product solution, one-stop solution for the customer's problem. That's why I played that video, right? Yes, you're all right, actually. Perfect. Right. Let me go to the next topic. So let's do a revision now. Tell me what I have taught you till now, what I have talked about till now. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. So come on, type me in the chat window. What and all we have learned till now. Agile team, ART, very good. Okay, thank you. Team architect, program increment, awesome. What else? Yeah, we talked about the product owner, we talked about the RTE, cadence, design thinking, customer centricity. Yes, very good. PI, we talked about a program increment, which is a time-boxed event, right? Good, thank you. At least you guys know one or two topics, right? Very good. Let's talk about it. motivation. We know this agile team, agile release train are all people, right? Contains the people, right? People are the one who is going to do the work, and customers are also people who is going to consume the work, right? Motivation is very, very, very important. So as a scrum master or as a leader or as a release train engineer or as a product owner or a product manager or a system architect or as a business owner, we should motivate our teams, right? Very, very important. Try to understand which will motivate them and try to unlock it on time, right? But there are some things that is happening in the industry which is causing the demotivation. Okay, I'm going to play one funny video which is talking about the demotivation due to unequal pay. Okay, if possible, try to solve it in your organization. If not, once you go to the senior leadership level, try to resolve it. Okay, so let me play the next video. So what I was saying is, team and the agile release train needs motivation.
So a final experiment that I want to mention to you is our fairness study. And so this became a very famous study, and there's now many more, because after we did this about 10 years ago, it became very well known. And we did that originally with capuchin monkeys, and I'm going to show you the first experiment that we did. It has now been done with dogs and with birds and with chimpanzees, but with Sarah Brosnan we started out with capuchin monkeys. So what we did is we put two capuchin monkeys side by side. Again, these animals, they live in a group, they know each other. We take them out of the group, put them in a test chamber. And there's a very simple task that they need to do. And if you give both of them cucumber for the task, the two monkeys side by side, they're perfectly willing to do this 25 times in a row. So cucumber, even though it's really only water in my opinion, but cucumber is perfectly fine for them. Now, if you give the partner grapes, the food preferences of my capuchin monkeys correspond exactly with the prices in the supermarket. And so if you give them grapes, that's a far better food, then you create inequity between them. So that's the experiment we did. Recently, we videotaped it with new monkeys who had never done the task, thinking that maybe they would have a stronger reaction, and that turned out to be right. The one on the left is the monkey who gets cucumber. The one on the right is the one who gets grapes. The one who gets cucumber, note that the first piece of cucumber is perfectly fine. The first piece she eats. Then she sees the other one getting grape, and you will see what happens. So she gives a rock to us, that's the task. And we give her a piece of cucumber, and she eats it. The other one needs to give a rock to us. And that's what she does. And she gets a grape. And she eats it. The other one sees that. She gives a rock to us now, gets again cucumber. She tests the rock now against the wall. She needs to give it to us. And she gets cucumber again. So this is basically the Wall Street protest that you see here.
Okay, what did we learn from this video? Let me see the chat window. What did we learn from this video? Okay, I'll give some time for you all to type, okay? I know it's not easy to type that faster. I'll wait for your answers. Yeah, unequal pay is a big problem. It will lead to a demotivation, right? But if it's settled down, people, yes, what else? Right? So if you go to the leadership role, try to handle it in some way, okay? Right, next topic. So all these agile teams, agile release train, right? Customers, business people, end users, right? Everyone should be aligned. That is very, very important. So this agile release train, right? At the agile release train level, I said that The product management team is responsible for creating the program vision or the ART level vision. They are responsible for the program backlog and the roadmap, etc. So the product management team is going to create the vision for the product, right? That vision should be aspirational, inspiring, motivational. And before we move on to talk more about vision, tell me, what is vision? What is mission? And what is strategy? This question I ask wherever I go, I ask this question to understand whether people understand the difference between them. So let me type it. Give me the answer. What is vision? What is mission? And what is strategy? I got the answer very immediately. Let's see. Okay. Jay says, give me a minute. Okay, mission is milestone. Okay, vision to figure out long-term goals. Okay, our mission is to meet customer vision. Yes, okay. Vision is a goal. Okay, great, Prasanna. Mission is the values that we carry with us. Yes, right? I'll not say no. Vision is nothing but the description of a future state, or else in other words, what we want to achieve, where we want to stand. Mission is why and how are we going to achieve it. Strategy is a plan of action. It's a plan of action. Steps one by one, like that. Okay. So yeah, give me a minute. I'll see the chat window. Yes, what we want to achieve. You're right, Suravi. Perfect. So vision should be aspirational, realistic, and it should be achievable also. That is very important. It should be achievable for the teams and the agile release trains also. So what are we going to do now? We are going to watch a video which talks about a vision of one organization. So everyone in the organization should be aligned towards a common vision, mission, and strategy. That's how our organization can be successful. So let's go and watch this interesting video about vision. Vision should be inspirational, motivational, realistic, and it should be achievable also, right? Let's watch this video. After you come back, you're going to tell me how the video was, okay?
Main menu, weather. Welcome to John Deere farm site. Field order, please prioritize. Work order, confirmed. Alert, irrigation. Irrigation system initiating. Incoming call.
Hi, Terry. We're finishing up your planter service. You'll be ready today.
Thanks, Sean. I really appreciate it.
You got it.
Alert, weather. Alert, weather. Files sent. Alert, row crop tractor 14 has stopped. Message, dealer technician ETA, 32 minutes.
this is the vision video of one organization. That organization is already working towards achieving that vision, that future state. Okay. How was the video? How was the video? I'll give you some time to type. Novel, futures, of course, it's futuristic and novel. What else? Inspiring. Yes, vision should be really inspiring. If you are a leader in your organization, make sure that your vision is inspiring to everyone. It should motivate everyone. It should bring everyone onto the journey so that they can try to use their positives and advantages to achieve that vision. Well showcased, of course. Yes, well thought. So you are the leaders for your organization. Make sure you create the vision which is realistic, futuristic, achievable, inspiring, right? Admirable. So what I'm trying to say is, so if you want to implement SAFE in your organization, if you want to learn more, please reach us. We are there to support you. If you want to know more about me, you can check my LinkedIn profile. Okay, just I'll type it here. But other than that, you can reach Rahul. He's the right person to talk about. So this is my profile. So if you want to reach me, come back to me. I'm there to support you all, and reach Rahul for further discussions, right? So Shriram sir, you want to take over the session now?
Yep, I'm here. Just enjoy the session today. Thanks, Aishwarya. That's a really good one. I appreciate it. I believe the session was useful to most of the people around here. Some of us aware of Agile concepts. Some are maybe newly learning it. Maybe Aishwarya, if you can stop sharing, if you're done.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You're done? Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Great. So first, thanks a lot, Aishwarya, for giving this good explanation. I can see people enjoyed listening, right? You all were giving answers. We love this. Yeah. So good, Aishwarya. That was a good session to get a depth knowledge. But however, this does not stop here. We have more things to learn. The reason being is this subject is new to the market from 2011, where we need more clarity on how actually it is implemented. So that's the reason people go for this training and also start applying their knowledge by practically applying it. So what is happening in sessions is you will get a way of applying. We call PI planning simulation. So that 2 days of program can be simulated along with the people with the simulation of project. And as you do hands-on, that experience level is totally different, right? Like what you all queried it and make it answer and bring it back to her, right? That's good. I like that monkey part, really interesting, right? The monkey given with a stone. I think in appraisal cycle system, we should be given with some stone. It'll be a little more interesting. Okay, quickly, let me bring up something for you. There is a session happening. If you are aware of it, Leading SAFE is a course which goes for 2 days. Myself and Aishwarya will be part of the session. Now, what is happening here is 17th March. Where is 17th March? Where are we today? We are in 2nd, right? So we have a few more days to go for it. And good thing about this is it's only 2 days of program. You learn it conveniently, and then you go for the exams. Exams is almost 45 questions exam. It's a non-proctor based exam. What it means is they believe you, they trust you. So you have your exam with your laptop at your home at your convenience. So that's how they do this exam. Out of which you get 37 questions correctly, you clear the exam. So that's how it is. And we will talk more as we get to the classes. But for now, it's good that you learn some basics. So what we're planning here is we may conduct more sessions on Scaled Agile, picking up some key topics, something on Agile as well. We will give some details on this. It is not mandatory that everyone has to go for the training. Some of you in this group will feel that, man, I don't want a training. I need only the knowledge. Yeah, still, you can go to scaledagileFramework.com, read it. You have any questions on that, please reach out to us. We'll be so happy to help you. But if you feel that adding the certificate will increase your package, right? It will increase your job opportunity, please go for it. That's our one intention towards it. And again, we will continue these weekly sessions and more to add going forward. Thanks a lot for all your contribution. Leave your comments and give your feedback about how the session is. Any interesting topic you feel, hey Shriram or Aishwarya, can you please talk about this? That will give some hint for us. We can also prepare on that direction. Right, good. Great, Aishwarya. Thanks a lot for giving that. I like the books collection behind you. Maybe one day you will read all the books.
Sir, I have already read everything actually.
Okay. Okay, great. Have a good time. And let's see if any questions popping up, we'll try to answer. If not, we will wind up the day.
Yes, we'll do that.
Hi, Shriram.
Right. Hey, hi.
Hi, Shriram. This is Ruchi.
Hey,
Hi,
Ruchi.
Aishwarya.
Hi, Ruchi. How are you?
I'm doing
Ruchi, early morning, right? Early morning.
Yeah, not early morning. It's 10:30.
10:30 is early, huh?
We
Go
work
ahead,
from
Ruchi.
7, so it's not early. Half a day is done almost.
Yes,
Yeah,
Ruchi. What's
so-
happening? How are you?
I'm doing good. So I have a question. I'm done with the Safe Agile certification, but I'm also looking for the SPC one. So any plans, please plan, because I want to do it perhaps like
Sure.
next month. So,
Sure, you rock, Ruchi. I think you've done all right. PMP, ACP, safe. Huh?
not PMP. PMP is the
on the plate.
toughest.
On the plate.
ACP. I'm done with the Agile certifications. I'm just looking for.
Cool. Yeah, sure. I'll give an update on that SPC part. I will have a one-on-one discussion with you. SPC is a little at the top level, in the sense program consultant, where you become a person who can consult for the organizations. It's a very effective training. However it is, I'll give more detail on that when we talk one-on-one, right? I'll help you. Sure.
Sounds good.
Perfect. That's great. Okay, good. Any more questions here to help out? All right. I'll see YouTube. Hey, thanks all for the people in the YouTube as well. I see a lot of them answering back and interested in participating. Right. Okay, good. Everyone gives appreciation. Aishwarya, you got a lot of appreciation today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so
Did a
much.
Good job.
Thanks so much. Actually,
Right.
credit goes to you all. I talked less and you gave the answers. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Right. Fantastic. Great all. Thanks for being here. Have a great time. We'll connect in another beautiful session with a beautiful topic. See you all.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
See you all. Bye-bye. Thanks a lot.